Good morning, friends. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I'm so glad you're back at Wyalusing Public Library's virtual story time. I missed you all. Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving? I did. I ate a ton of food. A lot of pie. I ate a lot of pie. So today is December 4th. 2020, and our story class theme this week is snowflakes. I can't wait for the first snow. I love snow. I love to go sledding in it. I love staying inside and drinking hot chocolate too. That's one of my favorite snow activities. We are sponsored today by Ashley Lance, and of course our funding that has been provided by the Pennsylvania Humanities Council and the National Endowment for the Humanities is part of the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Securities Act of 2020. So thank you all for the funding for all of our fun. Today we are going to read First Snow by Sarah Mamika. I think that's how you say her last name. And it's illustrated by Swapan Debnath? I hope that's right. So let's start our story, shall we? Doug watched in amazement. He couldn't make a single sound as he saw the snow gently falling, floating softly to the ground. He stared with eyes wide open at the sight he'd never seen before. Then he shouted, "Mom, I'm going outside," as he raced towards the door. She said, "No, wait, you'll catch a cold. You must bundle up real warm. You must put on hat and mittens before going out in the storm." So he rushed to the closet and got all of his winter clothes out, including boots for his feet. He'd stay warm without a doubt. But what a hassle! What a job to get all that heavy stuff on. Would it still be snowing, or would all of it be gone? He was in such a hurry that his coat he couldn't zip. No matter how hard he pulled, it wouldn't budge a single inch. And his boots must have shrunk. They seemed so very, very tight. He tugged and tugged and tugged and pulled with all of his might. Oh, he'd never get outside, never feel the snow coming down. He thought of all the fun he'd missed, and his smile became a frown. But Mom came to his rescue. Moms do that, you know. His coat she calmly zipped, made sure his boots were straight, and on with the ease they slipped. Fully dressed, he ran outside, and yes, it was still snowing. The ground was turning white while the wind was softly blowing. As he looked up to the sky and watched the snow drifting down, it all seemed so magical. All he could say was, "Wow!" The cool flakes fell upon his face, as if by a tiny feather it'd been brushed. He tried to catch them with his tongue, but they melted as they touched. I like to catch snowflakes with my tongue. The snow came down so softly, floating gently to the ground, until everything was white and walking made a crunching sound. Other kids were coming out and playing in the snow, shouting, shrieking, having fun, making snowballs to throw. Their parents came to watch them as they were romping all about, enjoying their happy laughter and listening to them gleefully shout. Then the kids started lying down right into the glistening snow. Doug wondered what they were doing. He simply did not know. Their arms and legs were waving quickly up and down, and when they stood up, at last it looked like angels all around. Snow angels! Can you see them? Doug wished with all his might that he could share this with his dad, but he was in the Navy far away, which made Doug feel so sad. Then he had a great idea of how to have a snowball fight with Dad. He could freeze them for later. His dad would be so glad. So in the freezer, snowballs went, as many as he could fit. He made them big, he made them small. They were going to be such a hit. When Dad's ship came home months later, there was no snow upon the ground. The sun was out, the weather warm, with green grass all around. But the snowballs were still waiting in the freezer where they were stored, just waiting for his dad to get from his ship off board. Doug was so excited for his dad he searched and scouted, but there were so many sailors. Then, "Here he comes," he shouted. Dad scooped him up into his arms and held him oh so tight. Dad was home, Dad was home. Now everything seemed right. A few days after Dad got home, Doug got the snowballs out, ready for that snowball fight, ready to toss and shout. But they weren't snowballs anymore. They were frozen hard as rock. Doug's plans quickly melted. It was such a disappointing shock. Oh no, it can't be so. It was my big surprise. Now everything is ruined. But while his dad heard his cries, he said, "What a great idea. How much fun it'll be to toss these frozen balls about. We can try to hit a tree." So outside they went into the heat with frozen balls in a pail. They threw and threw and threw some more. Now that was fun full scale. They laughed and played and laughed some more until at last the balls were gone and the rain began to pour. They rushed inside, exhausted but with smiles on their face. Nowhere else they'd rather be, not any other single place. It may not have been exactly the day that Doug had planned, but it worked out just the same. The day had been just grand. The end. Cute story. You know, as they were saying how Doug was trying to get into his snow clothes so quickly, it reminded me of my kids, because they're always in a rush too. A lot of times my son Jacob will just run outside in the snow in his shorts and in his cowboy boots, and he thinks it's fine, but I have to make him come in so he doesn't catch a cold too. Alrighty, so in our craft bags this week, we are going to make Q-tip snowflakes. Aren't they cute? You can make them any way you want because each snowflake is different. There's no two snowflakes the same, you know. Okay, our song is going to be "Where Will It Land?" Now, I should have a snowflake in my hand, but I don't, so we're going to pretend that my hand is the snowflake. All right? Little snowflakes twirling round, twirling round, twirling round. Little snowflakes twirling round, land on my head. Little snowflakes twirling round, twirling round, twirling round. Little snowflakes twirling round, land on my chin. Got snowflakes on your chin. Ah! Little snowflakes twirling round, twirling round, twirling round. Little snowflakes twirling round, land on my nose. Brr, it's so cold. Little snowflakes twirling round, twirling round, twirling round. Little snowflakes twirling round, land on my ears. Brr. Little snowflakes twirling round, twirling round, twirling round. Little snowflakes twirling round, land on my arms. Whew, so cold. All right, guys. So, today's Friday, December 4th. Come in and get your craft bags. We miss you. We love you. Bye-bye.